And yeah. I don't think I ever edited the last one. Hey.
Hello.
We're going to do our weekly review this week, and we're looking forward to it. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Actually, I'm slightly less excited given that there are 3 of us, not just 2, but you know, we persevere.
Yes, the little voice that is being heard is until grandma can pick them up.
Yup.
But since we really believe in doing our GTD and our reviews as real people with neurodiversity, that's part of the realness. We talked a little bit about sort of how we like to do it in general. And this time we thought we'd just do sort of a work with me. Mine's going to be a little bit different because I just got back from vacation, which, since I am a real human being and not a perfect model of David Allenness, I have a whole bunch of overdue tasks that may have meaning for me in my OmniFocus, because that's how that happens. Is you go on vacation and you stop paying attention to stuff and have often a separate list of like what's actually urgent so I can ignore everything else. And I did not, I mean, in a perfect world, right? I would have like deferred everything that wasn't going to apply on my vacation. And I didn't do any of that. So I get to come back and actually really look at it, which is a great time to do a review. Is you tend to have a very different perspective, either leaving for vacation or coming back from something kind of major. So I'm going to probably have more get clear items than are on here. I had recommended last week for ADHD folks, if your inbox has 4,000 items, like don't do that one, because you may not finish the rest of your review yet. Like a different plan for dealing with the inbox is probably a good idea. If, however, you have like under 20, getting the crucial ones in, for example, my personal email, it has a lot of messages in it because I don't care. Like, I just don't care. But my business
ignore me
emails,
all the time.
You send them to my business email. You know better. My business emails, like I know where those are. It does not mean if you ever email me that I answer right away. I do not. But that's just because I need mental space from email sometimes. I am more of a 48 hours plus kind of person than a within 48 hours person.
Yep.
And that is by choice. Also because usually I need to make thoughtful responses and don't always have brain space for that. So I can do my email inboxes, but only those, right? I'm not going to tackle the others. But what I did recommend for ADDers is if you have unaddressed notifications on your phone or somewhere, to clear those out, because that will be like residual noise on your head. And then I'm also going to look at what are my overdue things in OmniFocus that were maybe flagged before a trip that are not, active right now. And so those are some of the things I'm going to tackle. Colleen, what are you going to tackle first?
I thought that I would look at the weekly review items that I have that bear no resemblance to the GTD reviews. And that would be a good use of it, because I love how the opposite extremes here. I did a weekly review a week ago, so I'm kind of good, and I only have 2 items in my inbox. I think I don't have any.
Because you're a rock star.
Thanks. I'm a rock star who enjoys processing my inbox.
So. Unicorn.
Thank you. Yes, I'm a unicorn. So yeah, I'm gonna, which I'm looking up what it means. That would be, I'm gonna prune Google Keep. And I'll also plan some projects. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
So I'll prune Google Keep, and then I will plan projects until the end. That's what I'll do.
All right. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Cool.
We can't share our screens of the part of our work that is like actually the work, because it's got our client names in it.
Yep.
I know that would be a cool thing to watch if I were wanting to do a work along, but just because of the privacy nature of our businesses, we can't actually do that.
Last time I was like even muttering. I was like, and thing. Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, mutter anonymously. So
Yes.
because this is a new computer that I have not finished setting up yet, I have a Pomodoro timer, but I can't do the picture in picture today yet. But in the future, that is a goal to have set up for these. And we're gonna do 15-minute chunks and then like take a break, probably chat about how it's going a little bit. And so that's gonna be our style. And do you want with the setup time or just to dive right in and have that be part of the 15 minutes? I have both set up on my Pomodoro. What's your preference?
Let's try a setup separate first and see how that works.
Okay, it's 4 minutes. We can always quit it if we're ahead.
Sure.
All right. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah. Should we get started?
I'm ready.
Okay. On your marks, get set, prep for weekly review.
It's reflexive.
I can't.
Bigger screen. Okay, and then I also need. Okay. Okay, I'm set up.
You are amazing. I think I am. Oh no, because I had one more. Just because we really believe in being real, this is so embarrassing.
Oh.
I gamify mine, which means if I have a bunch of crap to process, I say what's actually the number that's in there. So I get a sense of accomplishment from getting it down. So I'm actually writing down, shh, don't tell anyone, 16 overdue OmniFocus. My OmniFocus inbox is a 27. I'm not even telling you the drafts one because some of that's writing and it's the best. 25 flagged in OmniFocus. That's just, there's no way those are all relevant. Just none whatsoever. My total unreviewed projects says ... which means it's over 100. My 2 business emails are at 8 and 16 respectively. So
I should find out what my are, because for some reason my email stopped showing it on my phone, even though I want it to, which is wonderful.
It'll show unread, but it won't show the total number in the inbox, and I have none unread. So right. I literally just counted them.
Wow.
Well, because there's less than 20. I can do that.
Right.
I also can include it in my weekly review because there's less than 20.
My main personal account is actually clear. I did not know that it was.
That's amazing.
And
I say it like I've ever tried.
My older one is also clear. So I actually don't have any unread. That's nice.
I don't even understand you. I mean, I love you, but I don't even understand you.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that wasn't a unicorn thing all along. That was about 3 years ago. I went through and mass unread everything. That took me like a day.
Yeah.
And then I unfollowed all of the cooking newsletters that I had. and then every time something came in, I was like, why are you here? And then most of them I unsubscribed, and I've been really on top of it ever since. It's also like an anxiety reflex thing. It's like every time like I check my email and I anyway.
Oh, and Jay's on. Hi, Jay.
Hello.
Awesome. Good to see you. I like Jay. He goes on Mac Voices with me a lot for people interested in Apple stuff. Mac Voices Live specifically.
As we like to say, the bomb.com.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually think I'm going to go with the easiest first. So that's going to be my email, which is not normally true. I'm going to stop and do like 2-minute actions where they are. I'm pretty sure there's a partially finished email in there.
Mhm.
And then just make really conscious decisions, because all of these in here are not things that had any immediate action, right?
Mhm.
Because I took care of those, but they're all things that are just like had a by it. And now I need to really put my conscious attention on it so that it's not creating background noise. So, all right, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
Go. Okay, I cleared my inbox in literally 2 seconds because they were both things for a specific project that I knew exactly where it went and didn't have to be processed. It was like, there we go, bing. All right, go here. Okay, that's actually can be moved.
Ooh, Jay's doing his weekly goal.
Hey, what?
Jay's working on his weekly goal.
Hey, cool. Okay. Love, I keep doing that. I'm gonna go on mute. Don't impact you at all. You go. Poor Jay. He's away from his small one and gets to hear mine. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's just plain wrong. Okay. Okay. Feel better? Okay. That's good. Okay, that's updated. That is good. Okay. That is staying. That's going.
Something I forgot to mention is to have paper out, like scratch paper. It can be on your iPad like me if you want. To like note things like, hey, I just had a thought about this, set of text expander things I need to set up or something like that.
Yep.
Which might have been mine. I've actually been migrating over to the Native App one, but nobody cares. For things like our ADHD guild that I'm still typing the website like a caveman. So having paper out to like capture those random thoughts is a good idea to avoid the super rabbit holes.
Last time I had 11 items.
That sounds so small.
I mean, at the end, I had generated 11 items through my weekly review. Do you want to go down? You can go down. Oh dear.
I think Colleen just went on mute to spare us from fuss. Oh, Shrek.
is something I've been keeping around for a long time. I can get rid of. I had this email template that I've been keeping around for a while that I can get rid of because it was for like one specific client. Now that client is on pause. That is relevant. That is relevant. How can I keep that? That is relevant. Hey, nice. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna try and plan. Yeah.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. We went past the 15. I don't know why this made no noise. Or it did, and I was just totally in a reverie.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. That makes me feel a little better. I all right. So yeah, this would be our wrap up. So take a couple minutes and write down where you are so you know how to get back to it if it's not immediately obvious. And yeah. How's it going, Colleen?
I mean, it's a bit of a struggle. How about you?
I'm almost done with the shortest inbox. But I had to write 3 emails because they were like, I mean, technically not 2 minutes, but below 5.
Yeah.
And that
2 minutes
the way to get
is a gut thing, really.
Yeah, that is the way to get it off my mind. So and I wrote an email that I know the response will lead to more email. Instead of just, avoiding or intentionally discouraging them from writing anything else. Email is
I hear
no
scratching on a speaker of some kind. I'm not sure what it is, but I can barely hear you.
Scratching on a speaker?
Like
Still?
as if someone's brushing their hands against a microphone. It stopped now. No.
My hands are on my keyboard.
Okay, that was weird.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes, making noise. So yeah, I just archived it.
Okay.
And I had at least 3 more tasks I added to my scratch paper.
Okay.
One of them is more of a project. A little project, but a project. So,
GTD style.
But where it was your challenge mostly in fuss?
Yeah, I got one thing done, sort of. No, I got it done. I pruned Google Keep, and the rest of it was on mute, dealing with what's going on.
Yeah. I'm stretching because that's what I do during my little breaks where you break stuff down.
Stretch away. Hey. Hey, I'm going back on.
I guess I'll just talk for the rest of this. A little break. Oh. Okay. So I did those and I sent some emails, and it's one of those really classic things, like, and I do want to normalize that. Sometimes it's discouraging how long each of the steps can take, especially when you're starting off from behind. It's important to not get discouraged, which is why I especially suggested, hey, if you have a really long inbox, maybe just skip it. Or even, if you want to get into the other parts, just skip it. It's okay to have a theme for your weekly review too. Like, my theme this week is catching up. So if all I do is clear out the old crap, and I don't even mean like review all the OmniFocus projects, I just mean all the stuff that was like loud. So notifications, which I accidentally cleared them all yesterday for my phone. I hit the clear all. So I actually don't have any phone notifications. And I only get, that's another break timer. I only get notifications on my phone. And so those are actually already done. So mine is catch up. So even if I get to know project planning, I get to know none of the like reviewing the projects to see their current state, just clearing out what's overdue and flagged that isn't appropriate, and things that I haven't responded to yet. Like, that's a pretty huge victory just getting started for me, since my theme is catching up from vacation. And if your theme is, I got to plan the projects, then really it just is the yelliest, most in your face notifications. Like, I might do, if my inbox is also behind, I might do a quick scan of like, okay, what really needs a response? And maybe, and I don't have time, so I'm going to choose consciously to archive these in advance and not respond to them. Scary, I know. Something like that. If your theme really is, hey, I got to plan these projects, get to those. Just clear the decks of the stuff that you really need to, and then get on the planning part. I know that's true for me. If I keep thinking I should do a thing, and it's made no progress, usually it's that it like just needs a couple minutes thought to like outline what it looks like. Somewhere between 2 minutes and 30 minutes or so, to say like, okay, what actually do I need to do to move this thing forward? And that's sometimes it'll be, but it's sort of a next level trick to start noticing what is dragging you down mentally, so you can start to pinpoint, okay, where does the focus need to be to bring it forward? And I know Colleen and I have spent a lot of time discussing this in detail. How do I know which thing I need to do right now? And I do, even though she also likes it, I do think part of the reason, and she can totally correct me later when she's able to talk, that she's so on top of her inbox, is that's one of the places that causes her a lot of stress. Yep. For her, that's a big point. Thank you. So, whereas for me, it might be a project's not moving. And while there's some craft that will get in the way and be background noise and problematic, a lot of times it's not actually physically in an inbox, it's just in my head. So it really is like, I need to organize the things floating around in my head already. Because if I put all of my thoughts into an inbox, no one could ever finish processing it. Like, you just have to put the actionable things in and try to get rid of everything else.
Because in theory, David Allen says, okay, put everything. But the thing is that, like, maybe this is off topic, but my personal theory about ADHD is that every person is hyperactive. It just depends on whether it is more inside your head or more your body, or a combination of those two. Like more like an even distribution. But it's like the brain's going, the body's going, something's going. And usually it's both. And so if you tried to put in writing everything that goes through your head, it is literally impossible. So
I don't actually think you told me that philosophy.
Oh, well, dang, that's a thing that I have a theory of.
I'll do some thinking.
Science, it's just me.
Yeah. Like, science helps us understand the mechanics, not the principles that help us move forward with things. So I'm hoping Jay's still making some progress on his stuff.
Fingers crossed. Somebody might as well. I mean, I'm kidding. I'm just ooh.
Yeah.
The toddles have toddled away, which I think is a good cue for further next thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
My hips are ready to get back into position.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to finish with this inbox and looking at, in case you want to be moving down to like the get current part. So maybe finishing with this inbox. If I need variety, I'm going to move on to something else, which is entirely possible.
I am
wow.
going to keep on planning the project that I was about 10% of the way through. When I
cool. Planning is way more fun for me. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to listen to my brain a little bit. This is a guideline to keep us from redeciding the same thing. But if your gut's like, no, I got to do this other thing. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So I'll move the timer ahead. I have a weird extra ding. It's just to make sure I've already actually started working. Just a heads up. All right. Okay. Yes, I'm really working.
Funny because I have an agenda text for a specific person for that ringtone, and it's like somebody texted that person texted me.
I've had somebody else say that too. It's just been the timer on this app for so long.
Ridiculous human being. I'm working on the packing list for the trip I'm taking, and there's a subheading just jars.
I can't disagree with that assessment. I love you.
You too. I love my jars, evidently.
Yeah. Okay. no, Jake got distracted. Um,
You know what else is very useful about this situation, this weekly review, is that it makes you go, oh, that's in this amount of time.
yeah, that's why I'm so big on the calendar one. That I haven't gotten to yet. is oh yeah, this thing, it's happening soon, especially after vacation when I have lost all track of time.
Yep. Everything's like, oh yeah, after the vacation, I'll X. And it's like, oh look, 97 things.
Yeah. And now I have family visiting for 2 weeks in 2 weeks. And so I can't tell you how much I need all of this in place to be able to do Jack with a bunch of nephews running around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's special. Task activate.
Oh.
Ooh, look at me. I schedule time in my calendar to pack for the vacation. Oh, I'm just out of control.
This is ridiculous.
Ow. We now have our favorite best friend drag around keyboard in here. So if the noise gets too loud, let me know and I can mute myself. Actually, never mind. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks. Gosh. That's the timer. So we're going to wrap up right where you are so you can get back. And as soon as I finish writing it down, I'll tell you the interesting mistake or learning opportunity that I just made.
Okay.
I need another minute on my wrap. I'm just gonna go back one.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I wrote down my stuff. Oh my
Cool.
gosh. So
Uh-huh.
I only had one email left in my inbox when we started. And
Mhm.
what I should have done was finish that one and close it out, no matter what happened, no matter if another response came in. So another
Mhm.
response came into one of the emails I already
Mhm.
sent. And it turns out it's a project and not a quick action. So I just wrote down, like, in my little jotty note thing, like the steps for that project. And that was what I had to capture urgently, so that I could move on with it. Because yeah, what I should have done was just move on when I was done with the emails that were in there as of the start of this.
Mhm.
Because none of these are on my mind yet, really, you know.
Mhm.
I did figure out that it's steps. Anyway, I have to like investigate a thing before I can respond. And
Mhm.
so that's fine. But anyway, so now I have two in my inbox, but I got rid of all the originals.
Yeah, I think that's just a very, very neat little parable of the cyclical nature of
Isn't
this.
it?
Like, it's a weekly review. It's not a you do it and that's it. This is literally never done. Never.
Yeah. And as such, like, we have to decide when it's good enough, but also we can get
Yes.
too mired in something.
Yes.
Like some tasks, we just have to learn, like, I can't do that same thing for a long period of time because my
Mhm.
efficiency goes down. Because this was really about, like, I need to get through this quickly. And what happened was I got stuck on one. And which is why some people set a 2-minute timer for their 2-minute extra or 5-minute or whatever. I'm not doing that because I'm already managing a timer and a live stream and a Zoom. And that was just one thing too many right now for my cognitive load. But it is like a thing people do sometimes, and possibly when live streaming is less of a foreign concept to me.
Yes. Someday.
I will be able to do that. But anyway, that's one of those things. I looked down and I was like, oh, the 15 minutes is almost over. Oops. But again, that's why I have a timer for 15 minutes. Like, how many times have you done that and it was an hour? Like, and you're like, oh, right, the rest of my weekly review didn't happen. And that's part of why I think we get discouraged with the whole concept sometimes, is we just get stuck on a thing. And now I'm going to actually stretch. How's yours going, Colleen?
It's good. Yeah, I'm working on the packing list because the first I have a plan project task template because yeah. And so the first next item on that template was make sure there are no tasks in the project that aren't actually tasks. And don't forget to pack. X is not a task. That is reference. It will be a task once I'm packing, but it will not, it is not currently a task. So I can't go through and be like, oh yeah, I can't do that yet. I can't have that. I can't have that. So my next action was take everything in here that's reference, put it into the packing list, which is then a checklist, which will happen at the correct time, which I have scheduled in the calendar. Huzzah!
I couldn't even follow all of that.
There's so much jargon in there. That's true.
I know. This is amazing. Yeah, if we keep using this, I'm going to make a simpler timer for us because this has too many excess things.
If somebody, the only thing somebody takes away from that is and David Allen recommends this, I personally cannot have a situation where I look at a list that's supposed to be tasks and some of them aren't tasks.
Yeah.
I can't have that happen.
It muddies the water a lot.
Yes.
Oh, I need to walk around my desk.
Okay, do that.
Can I just complain really quick about
Skywalker away.
Un-ADHD friendly part of YouTube?
Uh-huh.
The reason I've never bothered to put a description in our previous one is because it makes you wait like a full day. It feels like so long that my attention is no longer on that video before it's done processing, so you can add stuff to it.
Yeah.
And like, finish it. And it's so long that it's just not, it doesn't feel relevant anymore.
Yep.
Crap. You know what this means, don't you?
I think I know what it means, but I don't have that reaction of oh dear.
It means I need an automated OmniFocus template task for live streaming. So I finished.
Oh, I was going to say
things.
you would make a unicorn task list. That's what I was.
Oh,
that was my reaction.
Well, that's even better. I love it when my unicorn does stuff.
I know. Although every time I do stuff, you're like, but you have a limited number of tasks. I'm like, yes, we haven't hit it yet.
I know.
Wouldn't it be nice if I was like Zapier, where it could be like, you have 5 remaining? That would be nice. Okay, I have to move something.
An obscure one.
I have to move something. Come on, though. Yeah.
I'm guessing it's for danger.
It's not danger.
Jay, if you're still on there, how's it coming?
They're now staring wistfully over the baby gate at the thing I moved, like, come back.
Wait, is this a real baby gate?
Yeah, we're downstairs.
Hey, Frank, how's it going? Yeah, in between the working sessions is the best time to say hi because it's less likely I'll be in the middle trying to answer an email. Good to see you, Frank. Frank is another pal from Mac Voices Live, Colleen.
Hey.
Yeah. Pretty soon, Colleen's going to accidentally meet all of the Mac Voices Live team.
That would be so funny.
Even though she definitely does not follow like all things Apple, except
I don't
when
follow
I rant about
anything.
Things.
The D&D stream that we were following like very, very accurately for a long time, we were a month behind on. Do you know how many spoilers I've gotten just from the email Twitch like subjects?
That's awful.
I know. Like, it's terrible that I know Latin because that's how I got the spoiler last night. I was like, oh, I know what that means. Ack. And it's like, I never know whether it's worse to find out. Everything.
Okay, I have not talked to Colleen for a short amount of time, like in the last few years. You know Latin? How many things do I need to learn about Latin you today?
I understand there are some phrases.
Okay.
Like neo means new in Latin. So neo-Nazi means new Nazi. I understand this principle, right? I understand Latin 8 words. I don't know, like... Yes.
Frank says we're going and we're available for panel discussions. I don't know what that means. Wait, what? What'd I miss? Okay, that says start.
While you were in
Gosh,
Arizona,
okay.
I learned Latin. I developed a whole other theory of ADHD. Yeah.
Okay. So
What's
I
next?
just in the like straight up normalizing, I paused the timer for a second. I am noticing a significant amount of resistance in my body. Like my chest gets a little tight to going back in to do this again.
Okay.
And I just wanted to share that. What it often means is I'm going to tackle it, but I'm going to tackle it a little bit differently, because what I don't want to do is leave on a feeling of, especially when you're trying to establish this habit. And I know we like committed to people in public to do this, and so that's a little bit different. But but I don't want to leave it with like a feeling of resistance for this whole process. Because if I hadn't gotten 2 new emails, this would have been very satisfying to finish my inbox. And so actually I'm going to ask, like, what would be the most satisfying next task to try that I could get some victories from? Because so I got some things from this. In terms of like, oh, like I got valuable things done, but I don't want to hate this next time.
Yes.
And since some people on here don't know me very well, I am off Adderall for a while. Not speaking ill of it, it's just I'm not taking it for a little while. And so normally that would help get through something like this.
So now you're like, oh, Adderall.
I know, I have wistful thoughts about Adderall. So what on my list of things? So I'm going to go back to like our little document.
Yep.
And I'm going to look at these. Okay, actually, I think what might be helpful is the empty your head one, which is valuable even if you don't make good use or make good use. That's bad. Even if
you don't make
it doesn't
official use as per David Allen.
Even if it doesn't all end up in glorious bits in your system, which is not always advisable, right? Like if I put in ideas as soon as I have them, there's been no opportunity to like stop and think, is that really something I'm going to pursue? Because it's emptying my head time.
Reach.
So, yep. So I am going to remember how to add pages in Notability because I need more blank pages to capture stuff.
Good.
There we go. It's just a very different thing from GoodNotes, which I've been spending more time in. I don't know if anybody cares. I use GoodNotes for my client meeting, basically all meeting notes. And I use Notability for a lot of my organizational tasks. I don't know why.
I use Google Keep for everything. And that's why I have to prune it because it's literally my catch-all of like, I don't know where to put this.
Yeah, I actually just got an email from somebody about note-taking apps and having a bunch of old stuff stuck in a particular app. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready to go. Thank
I'm ready
you
to
for
go
your
too.
indulgence. I just wanted to normalize the fact that sometimes we just straight up don't want to.
Yeah.
And it's okay to switch to something else and not just give up entirely or force yourself to do the thing you're hating.
Yep.
Okay. Starting timer again. Yes, I've started.
Hmm.
For the record, I'm doing the empty head. Anything that's coming to mind is getting written down. This includes things that I know already in my system. It's really important that I not interrupt that brain flow. And so I know for sure some of these things are in my system already, but it's a symbol that I've sort of become a little bit disconnected from it. And so, which I straight up ignored it for 2 weeks. Or a week and a half or something. Anyway, I've had a lot of life plus vacation happening lately. So, I've got, Colleen's face even.
I know. The toddler
Amazing.
has gone with the grandparent.
Woohoo!
Yes.
I mean, not that you don't love them. Just saying.
Earlier today, I actually got snuggles for more than 4 seconds.
This is amazing. Okay.
I know.
I'm going to bring it back to Toge.
Toga.
Which is what we call philosophizing about organization. Like we're philosophers wearing togas. It's the whole thing. So like laundry away, I know that's in my system, but I have a basket of laundry that's clean and it's on my head. So just in terms of like, if you're wondering, oh, don't write it down or do write it down, I'm writing them down because that's going to keep those ideas and that energy flowing. Also, as a side note, I am so much less resistant to this process now that I'm getting things out of my head instead of processing, which is a very difficult task for me, the processing part. So just wanted to verbalize that.
Yay.
Also, Frank was horrified at the idea of collecting loose papers and materials. And
yeah,
no,
that's more like 6 months.
That is a project. Like cleaning off a desk is a project.
Yeah.
So to plan out, like it's not this is only like if there's scattered ones. And also I didn't necessarily say to do it. It's only if that's the kind of thing that you need to do right now. Okay. And I just thought of an action that I should do right now.
Ah, no, where'd you go?
Do you ever do that thing where you're like capturing a thought and another one occurs to you, but by the time you finish the first one, the second one's gone?
Only all the time.
Okay. So I am completely alone in this.
Yeah, you're the only
Okay.
person in the world. Oh, talk about a task which is not a task. Transfer pictures to external hard drive.
Uh-huh.
Which would take a lot of time, even if it was just that.
Shit.
Plus the fact that I think I've already transferred some, but I don't know how many. Plus, I don't trust that external hard drive. I need to buy a new one, which I haven't discussed with my husband because it's going to be like a large purchase. And I also have to talk to Kelly about it because if I buy a multi-$100 piece of tech without talking to Kelly, there will be heck to pay. Yeah. Is 20 gigabytes enough for the trip? I don't know. Plus, I want to download a couple movies from Disney Plus. So, oi.
There's no way you should spend a few $100s on 20 gigabytes. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
No, I mean, okay, my phone has 20 gigabytes remaining on it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy like at least a terabyte if I do the new external. But yeah, no. It's like one of those things where it's like, technically this is not, I mean, it's not a terrible time to spend $200, but it's not the best time to spend $200. But it's like, it's a constant nagging thing of these could all just be gone. And I know there's backup, and I know, yeah, but I would really prefer to have multiple, like cloud and like local backups.
For your family photos? Yeah.
Of my infant, yeah. Like
yeah.
my birth photos, yeah.
No, that's okay, but I'm gonna pull back.
Yes, sorry.
From that.
Yes.
That was the time.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay. We have an option of extending by 5 minutes. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing the same thing regardless of what's happening anyway, so keep going.
Okay.
What am I doing? I have an amusing iPhone thing when I won't interrupt you.
You're fine. I started taking action. I have a confession.
Okay.
Because they were very short things that needed to be asked for an upcoming event to plan for.
So Siri suggested, I'm texting with my landlord about the AC guys running the thermostat wire, and it said today suggested as a reminder, run the thermostat wire. And I'm like, oh Siri, you have such faith in me.
Nice try.
Yeah, it's a good try. It's a nice try.
Yeah.
No, those are not the things that I do.
Okay. Okay. That's the wrap of like, write down what you need to come back to finish.
Alrighty. I am almost done planning this project. It's been, almost 2 hours.
Yes, planning a project can sometimes take longer than you thought.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in case we didn't say this, if you just have ADHD, like planning a trip at the level Colleen is planning is maybe foolhardy.
Agreed. It is probably foolhardy even for me.
Right. So this is what she's doing for her anxiety and other things. And that level of detail like makes my head spin. Because then I'll just lose what's actually important in it. So just side note there.
Yep. Like I have a whole sub thing that's things to talk to Michael about, which is my father-in-law, like planning the food and stuff. Like most people would be just like, we'll eat food. And I'll be like, okay, but I mean, in fairness, I have a very specific diet and pandemic, but still, it's not.
It was not simple before there was a pandemic.
I'm just gonna
your food thing.
Yeah, no, God. I mean, it's simple in the fact that restrictive does mean simple, technically.
Planning for it, however. All right. So, Colleen.
Yo.
Do you want to wrap up and pick this up later? Do you want to keep going?
I honestly think that I'm going to sit here and keep going. But if your brain is out, you have to honor that.
I just have to start the time over a little bit and give my butt a break.
Okay. We can do that.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to go grab a snack and just keep the stream open. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
And I'll just mutter to myself. I can do that very well.
Perfect. Awesome. But if you need to take a break, now's the time to wrap and like take a stretch, people. So.
Yep. That would be now. I mean, I already did while I was off camera because I conveyed the toddler to the grandparents.
Yeah. While she was gone already, she took care of things. So
yep.
You keep on keeping on, and I'm gonna go take a quick break.
Okay.
All right.
See you in
a minute. Okay. Bye.
We're almost done here. Hood. I can't stand it when the hood touches the outside of the AirPod. That looks just weird. Okay, I'm gonna be self-conscious. Woo! Sith have that problem where they have like a hood and their AirPods, Sith AirPods. Now I'm picturing Sith AirPods. Never mind. We're focusing. Okay. Yes, that's an item. That is an item. Move not action. I'm starting. Yes. Okay, projects. Okay. Okay, that's done. Okay, need. Okay, so the next action is to make the packing list, and I will leave things out of that. Okay, to I'm gonna make a habit for this because I'm getting stressed about getting it all done. So, afternoon routine, I will add trip. Okay. Do. Okay, that is good. That will probably be what I work on first. Next action, yes. If active tag, next action. Yes, it is tagged. Huzzah! Oh, that project is planned. I just have this brain feeling of relief, like, oh, finally. Okay, that's done. That project is planned. Nice. Okay, so that was a lot of that kind of brain energy for me. So now I'm going to look up my personal review list. Which I have in the wrong place. Okay, so prune Google Keep, I did that. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to review my next actions list. It's been bothering me. I'm going to try and do it now. That's been annoying me, and I have figured out what the next step is. This that is in my inbox. Excellent. That is checked off. Nice. Okay, that is an ongoing thing. I'd really like to finish it today. We'll find out. That is definitely less than 2-minute task, and it's like right over there. So stand by. That was like 15 seconds.
Ha ha. Yeah.
It was like it was one of my cupboards was getting really cluttered, and I had done the declutter the other day, but it was when the dishwasher hadn't been run yet. So I was like, okay, that could. It's like when I switch over my laundry, my seasons of clothing, but some of it's in the wash. So I'm like, wait, is there sweaters in there? So that's now checked off. People like me have that stuff in their list. Other people do not. Ooh, another thing that's like a runaround thing. I could do that after this because I've already moved something off of that table for this project. So I think I could do that. Tidy up fridge. I think I still, that's annoying me. I'm gonna mute myself and do that because it's really
annoying. Okay. It's less awkward to do that when I get back. All right. So I actually started planning a few projects when they came up on the list. Like I wrote them separated on the page so I could like add things and look at them. And I think I'm actually going to go back to the email for a second. And because I have the other email account and I'm not hating life at the moment, so I could actually address it.
Yay.
I think I left my phone downstairs. Oh, well.
Okay, that one. I think I'm going to move that to a different product. Yeah, that feels okay. Oh, and I need to add, okay. Actions. Ooh, the list is getting really small. That makes me happy.
Good.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, there's only 4 items. They all seem reasonable. So I'm actually going to, no, that's a different thing. I was going to say, look at someday maybe, but that's not, reviewing your next actions does not mean you're reviewing someday maybe. That's a whole other thing. So, but, ta-ting, I've done that. Yay. So now, you can check that off. Oh, the list. Okay, so what are you doing now?
I went back to one of my other business emails.
Right, yes, that's what you're doing. And I am going to let me know when you have the right brain energy for like a calendar thing, and we can do that together.
Okay, like a calendar thing with you?
Yeah. Well, no, like a scan, like a calendar review.
At the same time, not like you and I need to plan stuff in our very many like, different relationships.
No.
Okay.
Like we're reviewing our individual ones.
Okay. Yeah. Let me respond to this email I just found, and then we can.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Okay. Do I schedule a podcast? So I'm actually, this one email is a really good transition to doing a calendar. Do I schedule a podcast for the week of WWDC that's not about Apple Tech? or for while my sister and her kids are visiting.
Oh. I mean, since, it's just your friend here, I'm going to say dub. That's what I would say, but it's up to you.
Can't even believe how many bloody emails I've sent.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Okay. I can transition to calendars. Let me pull up in the document we're sharing. What we're on is review calendar data. All right. Oh, I didn't turn on the timer. Oops.
Now's as good a time as
All
any.
right. Let's do it. Let's review our calendar data.
Okay.
Reviewing the past calendar in detail for remaining actions, reference, etc. So I'm gonna have my blank paper out. My new blank page. I have like 3 pages of random ideas now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start with 2 weeks ago, like last week, and then 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I work backwards chronologically so that I get older as I go further along.
That's what I decided to do. I was going to start 2 weeks ago, but then I was like, this will be faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't very many things I say this about, but this might be too embarrassing to say on the live stream.
Okay. Everybody's like, what could it possibly have been? You have the dark saber, don't you?
I would never tell you if I did. Jeez. I mean, what if your life is put in danger as because of it?
That's not why, though.
No, but like,
I believe that it might, but I don't think that's why you said that. Okay. Grumble, 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 grumble. I already found 2 items because we're reviewing calendar data. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Part of the reason Colleen hates doing this is because
I don't think it's useful, and then I find things, but it doesn't. The things that I found were so minor, in fairness, but they still exist. So.
And then she hates it more when it is useful than when it isn't useful.
Then it could be righteously, whatever.
That's part of the reason I have to gamify my inboxes is because I should feel satisfied when I've sent a bunch of emails and I don't.
Yep.
Yeah. Partly because exactly what happened. I didn't finish and a new one came in.
Mm-hmm.
That is not helpful. And if I hadn't written the total at the beginning and then like my adjusted total for not the 2 new ones, it would have been very disheartening.
Go away.
Can you hear that?
Can I hear what?
Never mind.
That's a no, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a really attractive shot. Oh yeah, my forehead.
That's my favorite is when it's frozen and it's like the wrong thing.
It wasn't frozen. It was just me hunching over my computer.
I know, but all mine come from when it's frozen.
Oh yeah, fair.
Because I can't see it when it looks that awkward because I'm doing something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so angry.
So you did find something useful?
This is number 4. Like
I found one thing, but then it led me into a series of other questions that need to be answered before I know the original question.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Yeah. So I've only gotten through one, but it led to lots of things, including like texting my sister. So do I need to block off a series of days? Because if so, please tell me now or forever hold your peace.
Yep. Okay, I'm at May 10th, and I think that's I'm done with that. I'm not gonna.
That's pretty far back.
It's pretty far back.
What am I thinking?
Oh yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't do actually the thing that I usually do for calendar, which is just looking to see if I have to be driven somewhere. Oh dear. All right, that looks like it's the only one, chiropractor. So
Okay. Send a lot of text. This is what happens when I do a calendar overview is I end up sending a lot of texts trying to get people who's I love that planning is not their strength to commit to things so that I can keep planning. Yeah. One other thing occurred to me. Maybe I should schedule a yoga.
Oh, I cannot get myself to do yoga because it's my days off. That's so stupid. And I've actually been noticing my back is hurting.
Well, and I mostly didn't do it while I was out of town. And so now I need to do it.
Yep. Yay.
My hips are protesting.
Yeah. Okay.
I wrote toga instead of yoga. Mm. Okay. The last 2 weeks really feel like 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Here's something that I bet very few people have as a regular thing to do. Change wallpaper.
Yeah, probably.
I've had that for actually quite a long time because I just get so bored of it. And also, if I have a picture of the toddler, which I do, then, and it's an old one, my brain will start to think River looks like that still. Yes?
You know, you can automate your wallpaper with Siri with the shortcuts.
True, but I can't get Siri to pick which one I want to look at.
No, but you could have a River album.
I could, but I would still have to update that, and that's the same thing, basically.
Okay.
No, why did you just, no! It just popped up with news on my computer. Heck off. Heck right off. Heck all the way off. I'm sorry, I'm cluttering up our professional stream with my foul language.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. We've been on here for over 2 hours. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware of that. We're getting punchy, but we can continue.
We're getting a little punchy.
For now.
Yeah.
Continue. You know what? I am actually going to make something not weekly. Because it turns out when I actually do it weekly, I'm like, I already looked at this. I don't need to look at it. So I'm going to, where is it? There it is. Not every 7 days.
You're talking about like an aspect of your weekly review that lives in your task management?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to be clear in case people are curious.
Oh yeah. It's in my weekly review area. It is prune repeating items for signal to noise ratio. What's 7 times 3? It's 21.
But you're saying you just made a super meta change to make the thing about looking for repeated items repeat less?
That's right. That's what I just did.
That's kind of glorious.
Okay, good. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for drawing that to my attention.
I went to the beginning of the month and it is amazing how few things have any relevance to me at all.
Okay, review projects list. Oh, buddy, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Why? Why? Because I feel like I have way too many projects.
Wait, what don't you want to do?
I don't want to review my projects.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching them today. I've
Okay,
got
so I'm
so
gonna-
much backlog. And I am noticing like it really is hard for me to get through the backlog because yeah, that's hard. So
Yeah.
I'm done with reviewing the past.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go to reviewing upcoming calendar.
I will do that too, since I was off somewhere else.
I'm gonna first break it up into 2 weeks and then I'm gonna look at bigger pictures than that.
Okay.
First go to today.
I already found an item. Because I'm expecting a service person tomorrow, and I made an all-day item, but it does technically have a time window, so. The time window, by the way, is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's 9 hours. I don't know if you know this.
I have lost track of what you're talking about, except that, wow, this was easier to do with Adderall.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll
It's okay. I'm just whining.
Okay.
Right. Oh. I can't see. That's my wrap, but I totally still have stuff to do. Hmm. Something I'm really appreciating is that because I did my little mind dump earlier, when I'm looking at the calendar, I am occasionally thinking of things that I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do this here.
Awesome. Oh, a service person's here. I think I might have to unexpectedly jet. Or you.
Actually, it's sort of time to do our wrap up anyway.
Okay.
So I'll just run through a wrap up and we'll go.
Okay. They're knocking, so I don't want to like. Can you do that yourself?
What?
The wrap up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. It's just pasting something in here that was on my mind. So this is part of my wrap. I'm trying to get the last few things out of my head because I'm really going to need a break anyway, because I have to coach somebody in an hour. So I'm putting some possible items in my calendar that I might want to tackle that are from the stuff I wrote up. I'm done in the past. I don't think I'm gonna go that much further into the future. Partly because I need a lot more information from my family first. And also just my brain's getting done, which is one of the things that you face with these and figuring out when you've hit a good point, and it just because you didn't check off all the things on the list doesn't mean it's not worth finishing still, or not worth attempting, I mean. Because I am still a lot clearer and feeling a lot better than I was, well, 2.5 hours ago about where I am in the world. And that has huge value. I started moving these projects that have just been sort of sitting there. And that is really cool. So finish up the last things that are in your head. Put them somewhere that's reasonable. I am actually going to wait to process like these notes that I took because I'm just logged. And the problem is when I'm too tired, I don't actually get it done faster. I tend to get stuck on the details more when I need a task switch. And I can feel that right now that I seriously need a task switch. So I'm going to do that. And the other thing I'm going to do is because like Holly and I actually do have some of these represented in, for me, OmniFocus, I will go down and see what's in here that needs doing. And I'm just checking off the ones I did. Like she said, sometimes you don't get to them all. And so, oops, it's just nice to know where you left off and what's left to do. Another thought. I just wrote something that I'm immediately crossing off. It's just one of those things. It's just got to get out. The sort of funny thing is I actually only got through a few of these repeating tasks because I've spent a long time on backlog, which I don't ordinarily do. Normally it's pretty much notifications and anything grossly outstanding that's going to sit on my head and get in the way. But it's interesting to see what's left, and I still argue it's way better to get part of the way through and quit while you're still ahead than it is to not start at all or just feel like I have to do all of it even after you're not as efficient anymore. So yeah, capture what's left. Make a plan with yourself if you have made notes to finish going through those when you have a little more perspective and decide what needs to go into your actual system. And for now, have a great week, and I'll see you next week.